Welcome back to a very quick hunt stream. I'm just gonna show how to do the reawakened hunt. This is the hunt with the dragon that everyone talks about online. I've already finished every other hunt in the game, and I figured I'd make a video on this one. So once you have it unlocked, it's about midway through the game or so. You want to come over here to this location. Until the hunt has unlocked, you won't be able to go here, but once you've unlocked it, I believe at this point in the game you should have your chocobo. You can fight this boss with whatever build you want to, but I'm using Phoenix, Odin, and Garuda. It's just the... Oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong direction. I should have paid more attention to that. You don't follow the road. That's where I messed up. When the road starts turning, you go straight. Yeah, highly recommend Garuda and Odin. This is just my favorite setup, but Odin is kind of broken. You don't even have to use Odin's abilities, just having Odin as the main tree allows you to kind of dodge a lot of stuff during most fights. And Garuda during stagger phase and trying to break the stagger bar is quite useful. Don't forget to grab this chest right here as you're making your way to the hunt. It is directly in front of us, and before the hunt starts, let me just show you on the map. So the hunt is here. Like, it kind of cuts off there, and the boss will spawn in right about there somewhere. So again, you go here. Just go straight across. The road turns, so it goes that way. So when it's turning, you keep on going straight, go down. That's the hunt. This is the Final Fantasy difficulty. I am very high level, end game. Last thing I'm doing before the end. You could do it way earlier than this. Alright, let's go.
This beast isn't to be trifled with.
Now, on dragons, you can lock on, but I've found certain abilities do better if you don't lock on. And I use Dancing Steel, but again, you do not need to actually use. This is the best part of it right here. You have Brutus Tree, boom, knocked down. He's dancing still because it freezes time if you actually get the combo off. I didn't need any healing, but this brings back my gauge. Also, it freezes time, which is quite useful. Dragon Dance, you want to watch. If my tornado was in the way, it'd be a little bit easier. But this is probably the hardest hitting stuff that's going on. Really not that bad though. You want to dodge that. I actually use the parry counter. Ooh, barely dodged that. Knock it to the ground. Now, since I don't need to really use my triangle ability, I'm actually going to instead hit him once, and then use this, because it recharges pretty quickly. I'm hoping to have it back by the time I knock him down. We'll see what happens.
Reawakened wins!
Attack while that move is going off if you're using Odin. See? No damage. Always attack when you think that you're about to get hit. With your Odin blade out. This dragons have multiple hitboxes, so I feel like if you go down the body, you do a lot more with that ability. I probably should have used my limit break earlier. I did not, though. Last Stance. Not sure about this. It's gotta be a upgraded version of Dragon Dance, I'm assuming. Surprised I didn't get hit there, to be honest. I think the dragon might be glitched, but we'll see after this. Nope. I gotta dodge right after this goes off.
Nice try.
And didn't take a single hit, I don't think. Quite a bit of experience right there. I am level 96, and there's nothing left in the game for me to do, so I could technically, I guess, go grind out the last 3 or 4 levels don't know if 199 is max. But that is the hunt right there. Of course, it'd probably be a lot harder if you're doing it at level 65, which I believe is about the level you are when you unlock this. And you're using the right equipment. I'm using the best gear. Um, Now, just to show you guys what I'm using, um, I
Definitely
could
not to be trifled with.
very much do the exact same thing with the lower level gear. It would just take longer. Um, I didn't take a single hit that whole fight. I didn't use a single healing item. I don't even keep my buttons on healing items. I use Torgle constantly. Um, but my setup right here. So Phoenix, Odin, Garuda, Rising Flames. It's just really good. Doesn't take very long to go off. I do be careful though, because when you have this at the beginning of the game, you should know how it works. But once you have it going off, you can't stop it. So you can get hit. A lot of people online are saying this is not a good move. They are wrong. Um, it is an amazing AoE move. It also restores the temporary health that's on your bar. On top of that, it increases your limit break, the yellow bar at the top, your limit break bars, quite a bit if they're not full. And it does some decent stagger damage compared to some other stuff. It also freezes time. So if you use it, like if you're trying to break the stagger bar, you got to use it, of course, right after whenever, but right after they start standing it back up, or in the mid bar. That's a good spot to use it because while they're down, they take extra damage, and you can break that stagger bar, do extra damage, and it freezes time, keeping them on the ground longer. So very good move to just have overall. The worst thing, like the really bad thing about this ability, is the cooldown. It just has a very, very long cooldown. Um, Odin, in my opinion, the only actual good ability is Dancing Steel. Do not use it if you're going to get hit. It will not activate. Don't use it if you're going to miss, because it will use and not actually do anything. And then you have to wait for the cooldown. Not a long cooldown, it's just annoying. It's a great way, though. It freezes time, too. Um, like the first couple hits, until it starts actually doing the ability, it does not freeze time. But it's like the first 3 hits does not freeze time, and the next 15 or 25 or whatever the next hits are, it does freeze time. So if you don't have your full um, Odin attack, whatever it's called, Zengetsu, if you don't have that unlocked or rank 5 during the downed boss, it's a good idea to use this ability to freeze time and get your bar up. Um, yeah. You could also use it whenever you use Garuda's ability to pull them down mid stagger bar, because the enemy won't move, so you use this at that point to get that up. Um, Giga Flare, amazing damage. It ticks. It does not freeze time. It slows time. So be aware of that. The X button stops it. So if you're going to get hit, you can hit the X button to stop it. It is very, very good to use your limit break than this. It wastes about a third of a limit break bar out of the 4 bars you have. It wastes about a third of one before the move actually starts going off. Um, it also is quite good at getting your limit break bar back. I normally try to stop using limit break about halfway through or at the end of my last bar before it hits the 3rd bar. Um, is what I normally do. And then just amazing stagger damage, and the fact that it follows enemies around and it does amazing stagger damage too are these two. But the problem with this ability is the tornado. It summons a tornado, and it is obnoxious for the view because you need to see the enemy's tails to be able to dodge them, right? But the great thing about Odin, if you hit circle button, you have Odin's blade out, it allows you to dodge almost everything in the game. So even during the tornado, if you're standing in it, hitting the enemy by constantly just pushing the square button while Odin's blade is out, you are gaining Zengetsu level with Odin, getting towards 5. And on top of that, you will be also um, just dodging everything. Now, there is a pause. Like I think it's a 3 or 4 hit combo with the sword. I think it's 3 hit. Um, at the last hit, there is a small pause between that and the start of the new combo. Um, during that time period is the time you're going to get hit if you're going to get hit. So be careful. And of course, Garuda's special ability, when the stagger bar is halfway done at that midline, the boss has a small stagger, and if you hit circle and then square during that, it pulls them down, increasing the length of that stagger by quite a bit. It's an amazing ability. I say Odin's is the best. Um, and Phoenix has got a decent one with the dash ability, especially until you get, Odin's. Phoenix's does quite a bit of damage with the dash. But once you have Odin's, you can just skip Phoenix. You can go whoever you want here. You can go Titan instead to block stuff, um, or use Titan's really awesome ability, the hard hitting one. Um, there's a lot of stuff here you can do, but I highly recommend Odin once you have him unlocked because it's just broken, and I'm pretty sure the devs should probably patch that because I just beat that boss without getting hit, and there were times when I should have been hit just because I was tapping the square button with the Odin blade out. Alright, so you've seen my weapons. I have Ultima, Ouroboros, Sons of Ouroboros. I use the automatic dodge thing. It does seem to help a little bit here and there. Um, Gil. I don't have every item in the game. There's still items in the shops I don't have. I have enough money to buy 3 items right now, and I think there's like 8 left. So I'm out of money. I gotta go farm money if I want to get every item before I beat the game. I don't know if it really matters. I'm kind of a completionist. I want it. And I've been running around with the experience boost the entire time. I have every ability in the game fully maxed out, and I have 24,000 ability points. I don't think I've ever used the ability gain item equipped. Don't use it. There's no point. You get too many ability points if you play the game twice. If you do the new game plus, you don't need that many. Alright, that's should cover most of it. Yeah, that's about it. Well, you guys have a good night, and I hope this video helped you defeat the dragon easily. Really, though, if you use my strategy I just used right there, you can beat just about anything in the entire game except for don't get hit by the comets that come down off of the behemoth. If you when you fight the behemoths, there's 3 of them in the game. The large comets, the extinction comet, they will kill you. So don't get hit by those. Odin's blade will not block those. And there is an ability, the giant shaman guys. I don't even remember what they're called, but they're giant ones. There's like 3 or 4 of them. They have 2 abilities that cannot be blocked by Odin's blade. So you gotta learn what can and can't be blocked. Almost everything, though. Like, there's like 3, 4 abilities in the game. And there's a few abilities that have like a time frame. You have to push the attack button during a very small window, but it will work. That's about it. So hopefully that helped somebody out there. Just an informational video on how to fight bosses in this game. Alright, peace out. Have a good night, guys.